Hello all and welcome to Reserve Grade Division 2 Rugby here at Success. We're just seconds away from kickoff here between the Joondalup brothers and the Southern Lions. The Southern Lions home side in fact, so that'll be a big advantage for them. As for the sides, for the Joondalup brothers, you got Tane Yates in at the 1. In at the 2, Carol Impey. In at the 3 is Jean-Pierre Mostert. In at the 16, Joshua Plain. In at the 26 is Kian Chukaki. In at the 6 is Maka Rabaro. At the 22 is Ryan King. He's the skipper. As for the 8 is Natai. At the 9 is Dejago, is the vice skipper. Number 10 is Teen Yui Phillips. At the 11 is Connor Callan. At the 12 is Glenn Pottle. At the 13 is Paul Kappa Chukaki. At the 14 is Helnrich Rass. At the 15 is Connor Allen. As for the bench for the brothers, you've got in at the 4 is Jade Natai. Number 7, you've got Tamati Timoko. At the 17 is Christian Cleghorn. At the 18 is Riska Strauss. And at the 20 is Samuel Collins. In at the 21 is Luke Schofield. At the 22 is Keen Hurd. At the 25 is Tiago Valentum. And steering that ship for the brothers is Antonio Gerber, the coach there. As for the Lions, you've got Jason Cole at the 1. Bruce Meyer in at the 2. Victor Young at the 3. David Smith, the skipper, in at the 4. Thomas Cleary at the 5. Philip Smith in at the 17. Villamay Chualaputu in at the 6. That's a struggle. Jack Terry in at the 8. Daniel Lesay at the 9. Jared Lamatoy at the 10. Kieran Henquist at the 11. Benjamin Sudborn Carr in at the 12. Daniel Chomoloy at the 13. One of 2 Chomoloys out there. Reese Delamere in at the 14. Mikanon at the 15. And as for the bench for the Lions, we've got Jared Barham at the 16. At the 7, we've got William Burrows. At the 18, Christoph Bain. At the 19 is Tate Slizdowski. And at the 20 is Jonah Nabrowski. And at the 21 is Finn Slizdowski. At the 22 is Joseph Claes. At the 23 is Ruben Keeper. And the man steering this Southern Lions ship is the coach, David Cleary. So, big match, as I said. It's the grand final, Division 2 Reserve Grade Rugby, set for a big one. Lions home side will be out here today, as well as the brothers, who will certainly turn up. And there you can see on the broadcast already, you can see a Go Lions banner just there. So good to see, with a nice big roar at the end. So good to see the home crowd getting behind their home side. Expect a big clash here today. They're both 9-9, these sides. One sitting at 8th, one sitting at 7th. So obviously there's no really ascendancy. There's no one with some confidence, but the brothers will have a little bit, because they won last time these two teams met, 18-12. So it was a close one. So expect another close one here today. So the Lions with ball in hand here, as they are on the outer side. Umpire today, Bradley Jackman. Once again, if you have any sort of recommendations or tips on how to pronounce any of these names, or if I'm getting any wrong, please comment them through to the live stream. I'll be happy to oblige. Just got confirmation that there is no changes to either side. Good to hear. So they'll take a line out here. The 15 for the Southern Lions in Liam Mikanon. And up they go. So it's tipped back by the number 4 and David Smith, the skipper, who went up, finding its way back into the hands of Jared Lamatoya. And ducking him back on the inside there was Chiramolu. Another big unit. And there's the number 9 in Lassell. Expect to see him with ball in hand a lot today. And once again, there's that man, the number 6 in Chulapostu. Oh, and there's that number 10 just trying to put the arm out to no success. The number 10 in Lamatoya. And they're meters from the line here, and they've scored the try early. I thought they were just centimetres away, but in fact they were over, and they've scored the first try of this one. So it was Jason Turcoy, I believe, for the Southern Lions. Great start from them. And, well, it came as a surprise. As you could probably tell by the call, I thought they were still a few centimetres away, but they got it over the line. And Jason Turcoy has drawn first blood here, 4 minutes and 45 seconds in. So a conversion to come now for the Lions. What a great start this would be. Certainly give them a little bit of confidence and bring down the Joondalup brothers. So if we could just grab this man's number, the converter here. And it's the number 14 who is no good from the looks of it. So no conversion there. Probably should have capitalised on that one. It was the number 14 in Reese Delamere. Crowd just starting to build here with a championship match coming up next. So stick around for that one. Kick off 3:40, but for now, we're appetised to a great clash here. Division 2 reserve grade rugby. Brothers need to respond. And so there's that man again. I said you'll expect to see a lot of him today, and there he is. He held on to it. Really smart job there by him. Cholapotu. And there he goes. Spreads it wide at the outside. And there's that number 1. Once again, the try scorer, and I believe that was forward by Chuako. So it'll come back. But nevertheless, great start from these Lions. They've been lively early. Scrum will form here. And the brothers will have possession once again. Finds its way. Great scrum there by the brothers. Lions just trying to hold up, and they did well. Probably an ascendancy towards the brothers in terms of size. And look at this pace there, and he dishes off again. There, every chance from here. Oh, dummies goes himself. That is absolutely textbook, and he's found himself at the end. Connor Allen, take a bow. It was just perfectly done by the young man. Dummied to the outside, received it well, and just put on the afterburners. Had some great wheels on him too, and they weren't catching him. So we've got a great start here. It's free-flowing. It's good to see, and we've got a conversion to come, and with this conversion, the lead will come with it. So the brothers would like this one early after a shaky start. The defensive line of the Lions there just struggled to move across and ended up really costing them. So here is Phillips. Tan New Phillips looking to convert here for the brothers. Everyone has their own routine. It's all unique in their own way. And it's good, so it's just got over the bottom bar there and just on the inside of that left. And he's really converted well there, so great start from Phillips. Great start from Allen, in fact, with a great try, and Phillips with the conversion. So we've got a great game on our hands so far. So Connor Allen, the fullback, and Jason Turcoy, the loose head prop, both with tries early for their respective sides. Brothers with ball in hand again. Whistles blown here and Lions are happy. Lions are very happy. And they'll take a line out here through Mickinon, the fullback. Now you can see that go line side, doing its best. So the brothers had their ball, hands on the ball once again, through that big number 26. We disappointingly don't have a name for, and in fact we do. It's Chukaki, Kian Chukaki. Fends off one, can't quite get through. Another in Tuapolotu. No advantage paid. And so it's been an enthralling first half so far. We're just 11 minutes in and we've seen 2 tries. Both sides happy to run their best when they've got the ball in hand. And that's ended up in the hands of the Lions, who will look to really force themselves upon this defensive line of the brothers, and does well there. Does that number 11, I believe it was, and stepping back inside, just had both feet up in the air before moving back onto the inside. Is that number 9 again? Been very lively as the fly half. Sorry, the scrum half in Daniel Lessay. And the brothers has ended up with the ball in hand. That's an audacious pass back, and it's looking promising. They spread it wide, and here's that man again, Allen. So he puts on the afterburners, puts it on the outside there. Every chance here, gets through another. He's through, I think, the number 14. This is great run. He's just gone all the way. He's gone all the way, has Henry Trask. I couldn't believe it. Once again, set up by that man, Allen, who just put the pace on and just said, look, you stay on my right, and I'll offload this to you within a matter of seconds, and that's exactly what he did. So Connor Allen take another bow, because that was an impressive play, and Rass reaped the reward. So the brothers are now 7 up with a conversion to come. So as I called a little bit earlier, it's been a great start to this one. It's free-flowing rugby at its best. So here comes the conversion. And it's no good. So second conversion there from Phillips. No good. So he's 1 from 2, but as I said, great start to this one. That's a shallow kick and still finds it in the hands of Allen, who's been very impressive early. Taken well there. Was the brothers player. Wasn't quite able to grab his number. Passing it back, and oh, what a hit. Gee whiz, you probably heard the crowd through the mic there. He was just pushed straight back there by I believe it was either number 6 or 8, and this man's been impressive as well, and he slammed into the ground. So it's just starting to build up a little bit here, and expect another few big hits in this phase. And he's that number 1 forcing his way through there for the brothers in Yates. To the outside again, and here's that man, the try scorer, but that was an audacious pass, probably didn't need to do it. That's knock on, and just it's going on a little bit, so it's grand final, it's a lot at stake. So only the second scrum of this game. It's been flowing, as I said. It's been great to watch. And great scrum there by the brothers, but the Lions held up well, and so in the hands, and this guy man goes again, and the offload looks good, and they're out there on the outside now, and this is for the Lions in Delamere. Has he got it? Oh, I think it was taken down. My view was obstructed by the crowd, but it looks as though they're just meters from the Lions. Oh, what a great run by Delamere that was. And the crowd went up. I reckon you could have heard that because it's building here. Here's that number 4. Taken down was Smith, David Smith, the skipper. Spreads out wide. They're every chance from here, I reckon. That's an audacious pass, and I reckon they're through. They are. They're home. Victor Young. Victor Young, great try. Got him home there to the try. And now it's just a 2-point deficit with a conversion to come. So it was a great play there. It looked as though Delamere was through. The crowd went up and thought, yep, nothing's catching him now. But then he was taken down. But they were quickly able to switch it, use the width of the ground, and it was Young, Victor Young, that was able to capitalise and score a great try for the Lions and keep them in this. It's been a great first 17 a bit minutes here. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching. It's a great day out here. So you can just see that crowd support there just starting to build. And here is that man, Delamere, I believe. And no good once again, so we'll need to fix that up if they want to keep in touch with this, because they are still 2 points behind. That could have evened it up. So what a great first 18 minutes we've been able to bring you so far. Just 2 scrums and just 1 line out for the whole game, which has been absolutely just great to watch. Ended up in the hands of Meyer. He spreads wide once again to that number 6, who I'm liking the look of in Joondalup. I believe it was a forward pass from that man in Joondalup. So a scrum will form. Just the 3rd of the match. Oh, a big hit there by 13 on his opposite number in 13. It was Chamalotu on Chikaki. And it'll be brought back here, and going down hard there is that man, Chamalotu to Malo. And once again, if you have any recommendations on how to pronounce that one, I will gladly take them. Just thinking into our 20th minute played here at Success Sporting Complex. It's a great vibe. If you can, get down here because the sun's out. There's great rugby being played and there's still a big match to come next. 3:40 kickoff for the division between Palmyra and Kalamunda. Set to be a cracker. But for now, the Lions have their ball in their hands and they are 2 points down against the Joondalup brothers. But are showing promise, and shrugging off one there was the number 12 in Sunborn Cart. And the kick come towards us and just wide and into the hands of the number 11 in Callan, but it looks like it will come back for offside. This is just over our heads and into the crowd. So they're about 30 out with 13 and a half to play. You have a good view of this at home for this line out. Just the second of the game. I think it was the Lions that were able to be successful last time, but this time, yep, they are able to do it again and they throw it back. He's that big number 17 who's been lively early, and Smith. Lions not happy with that one, and rightfully so. Oh, and they've brought it up too, so he's been penalised. Words would have been spoken, we couldn't quite catch them, but penalty was paid and they'll take a line out here, you'd think, if they can get it. Yeah, they do. That's gone about 20 metres over. So it's well and truly a line out. And they find themselves 30 out. Great game so far. It's been intriguing. Real close one. So they look to use the leg here as well as the width. Oh, and that's a dangerous, dangerous take. He picked him up by his thighs and just dumped him. It's done in good spirits though, and you think he might be in some trouble because it was dangerous. I don't think it was that man. No, in fact it wasn't. It was the 22 for the brothers in Herd. There will be a discussion here. He's reaching in his pocket. That's a red card. It is a red card, and that is absolutely huge. That is huge for the Lions. It's Smith. Phillips Smith. They will not get him back. So Smith put a line through him. He's received a red card, and that means the Lions are in some serious trouble now. They're 2 down. He just picked him up and just dumped him on his head. It just didn't look good. He had no other option, as you heard from the ref, and just reached into his pocket and pulled out the red. So, Lions are a man down. 10 minutes left. First half. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you're watching. And here's that number 9 again. He's been lively. Jager, the vice skipper. Bouncing off one, bouncing off another is that man Potol. And spreading wide, using the length of the width of the ground again, and they're getting a little bit hard up in there. That was Chikaki on an audacious pass and tipped off the hands of Henriques. So it was definitely a peculiar decision to throw it out that wide, and it was always going to be intercepted. It wasn't taken cleanly by Henriques, and it's found itself out of the field. So it looks as though the brothers have really done well in using the length and width of the field, as I should say. Just spreading it as wide as they can. They're not usually picking and rolling it in. And you can just see the celebrations there at the other side of the field. That's Perth Island's first grand final win. So, as you can see, they're happy about it. And it's the associates that have lost there. So, for those interested in that, it's community grade rugby. Told to use it now. So, bit of delay in that scrum, but running through hard there was the number 13. He's been extremely lively early on as Chikaki found himself in plenty of positions where he's had plenty of space and had every chance to break that defensive line of the Lions, who, as we know, are a man down with Smith going off for a dangerous, reckless tackle. And here's that number 1 who's forced himself into that defensive line in Yates. And now they're every chance because they've a man up. He might look to offload. No, he holds on to this one. And there's Potoy getting involved. Once again, and there's the big 26, the big unit, that man, Chikaki. The other Chikaki, and he's kicked that, and that's my man, Allen, the early try scorer, and set up, and look at that. Puts on the dancer's hip, goes again, ducks in and out, and he's finally taken down. Love watching him play. Connor Allen. Another big unit in number 3 there, and Pierre Mostert. Oh, Jean-Pierre. Unable to lend out the don't argue there is Callan. Just a small little dribbler and taken well there. Did really well with the knees there, the fullback of the Lions in Mickinon. And now he's done seriously well because he's found himself some space. Unable to, he was able to, but it was forward by some substantial amount. But nevertheless, great play there by Mickinon. Just over 5 minutes left in this half now. Once again, it's just been a bit of a lackluster second half of the first half. It was very lively early, but it just seemed to tire out a little bit in the second half. Great scrum there by the brothers, but equally as good by the Lions. Oh, and there's that man again, and he just offloaded it. Probably didn't need to. If Dave was here, he'd be going off his chops about that one, because he loves to see players hold on to it and not get rid of it when they don't need to. So another line out, great line out, done well there by the Lions, or short one. And so not long left in this one, so it would be good to see them get up. Oh, that looked a little bit high indeed. And it'll come back. Might be a little chat here, so tune in. So it doesn't find touch, and the brothers have decided to kick this one back. Oh, not much communication there, and that's knock on there. So just needed to have a chat there between the number 9 and 6. And now they do have that conversation. It's a little bit too late between Lassie and our man Chopalotu. I think Delamere's going off now. I think I heard 14 red, and coming on now is a number 20 in Naborosi. So yes, it is that man Delamere who hasn't been able to convert from his 2 chances. And coming on was number 20 in Naborosi. Taken down hard there was the number 12 in Potoy. And to the Abbey of that line, you can see just the crowd behind him is all Lions. So another scrum, so just a few scrums to round off this first half. After a fairly free-flowing first 15 minutes, it's just been slowed down a little bit. Another great scrum there by, look at that, that's a great scrum by the brothers. Absolutely fantastic. And I believe he's going for points here. In fact, he is. So this is quite audacious. He's about 45, 40 out. Take it or leave it. It's a decent kick here. This will take an absolute romping. So this is this man, Phillips, to extend the lead to 5. Late in this first half. It's been a great one so far. Composes himself. They all like a bit of this. Step back, and he's done exactly that. He's romped it, but it's not going to be enough. So Lions still with their hands on the ball. A lot of space to work with. Big hit, offloads, brings it back. That's a little bit high there. So he was taken, and the whistle was blown now. It was Chomolo with a high tackle, and here's that man again. So they try to go again, and they work through. There's the number 9, just needs to offload. He's done it again. Bounces off one, and he's offloaded. Do they have enough space? I'm not sure if they do. Needs support, taken down. Great great defensive effort there by the brothers when it looked like they were through Chiapalutu and Alessi. They just kept running and found that defensive line, and that's sloppy. Kicked forward. It was just a sloppy play. And after a few good minutes of great rugby, a good few phases, they let go of that one. And Coach David Cleary, he won't be happy. So the fifth scrum of the first half forms. This will probably be the last play or two. Didn't see Wanneroo score again in the second half, and Netherlands scored 32. So that is the first half, I believe. No. It'll come back here. So and they're going to go for points. So to earn the points back, they just lost to the brothers. They will look to convert here through, I don't believe it'll be Delamere. It will be another man because Delamere is now off, I believe, still. And it's, who is that? So we'll hopefully grab the number of him. But Joondalup obviously weren't able to convert just before with that long range kick, and this is probably equally as long, maybe a little bit shorter for the Lions. Still a tough kick, but this to gain the lead at half time and give them some momentum leading into the second half. And it's no good. So both sides weren't able to convert from their kicks there. And you'd think it'd be a Joondalup 2-point lead at halftime. Would have been a peculiar last few minutes here, to say the least. And this will find its hands back in the hands of the Lions player here. So 2 minutes left in this one. The 25 for the Lions there, and a man we don't have a name for. Not on the team sheet, so we'll hopefully get that for you at half time. He's at number 3, so last few minutes out here in Victor Yong. He's a try scorer. Scored the second try of the match, I believe. And it's scrappy affair in there at the moment. And that's a wide spreading pass, and they can do so, and that kick goes forward, and here goes the pace of that. And look at the bounce of the ball there, just didn't quite play into his hands for the man that's just come on in. That's just been absolutely cleaned up there, and I think the whistle was blown. Yeah, it was a knock on. But gee whiz, Naborisi, he looked lively there, and the bounce just absolutely muffed him. It was a huge hit. Huge tackle. And so 30 seconds left in this half. Naborisi finds it, dishes it off, and they look to spread out to the outer side now, which I've liked the look of from both sides so far. He's been extremely lively as Lesse. Dummies goes himself. This looks promising. Here's that man again. They'll look to go again. Naborisi. Naborisi's got it in his hands. Can he get to the try line? He can. He can. He's home. just when you thought the scoring was over for the first half, Nabarusi has come onto the field in the latter stages of that half, and he's delivered a try to the Lions, which will get them in the lead at halftime with a conversion to come. Great play there. Chomolo was involved, the number 13. And with a conversion to come, gee whiz. I've liked the look of Nabarusi. There's a reason why he brought him on nice and early for a play like that. And so number 10, Jared Lamato, will look to convert here. He hasn't had a chance at it yet. It's been Delamere who's come off, who missed his first two. Might have something to do with why he's off now, but nevertheless, Lamato is out there. And that is swinging back in and just short, I believe. So that is the half. It is the Southern Lions who were able to fight back late through Nabarusi. It was an impressive try, but it's been just about an even first half, in fact. Ras for the brothers scored, as well as Allen, who I've liked so far. And as for the Lions, it's Chukoi and Victor Yong, who have both been impressive. Delamere unable to convert, and as well as Lamatoy late there. So big second half coming up. Both these teams sit at 9-9, 8th versus 7th. It's Division 2 reserve grade rugby. We'll be back soon with the second half soon. Welcome back to the second half here at Success. It's Division 2 Reserve Grade Rugby. It's Joondalup Brothers taking on the Southern Lions. If you enjoyed the first half, I hope you did, because I did. It was great. It saw plenty of action early on, but it seemed to fizzle out a little bit, which is a little bit disappointing. Expected to heat up even more, because it's the Lions at the moment with a lead of just 3 points heading into this second half. So there's that man who was lively in the first half. In fact, it was Chapalotu. Of course he was lively with a name like that. Having me read it out every 2 seconds. But that's okay, I don't mind it. Keeper looks as though he's been brought on, the 23 there. So where's that man again? So it's mainly 9 and 6 going to work early. Lesai and Chapalotu involved a lot in that first half, and looks as though they're pressing hard early on here. Is that 12 bouncing off one and going again? Sunboard car there. So it looks as though they're going to go for points, I think. Yep, they will. So they're going to take convert. They've had 3 tries and with no conversions. So it's starting to become an issue for the Lions. They've even changed their kicker up, I believe. Is that the 15 taking this one? So they've had Delamere, the number 14, Lamatoi, to no success, and now they've got Mikinon. It's quite a conventional, normal kick though, so we'll see if this one can go in. So Mikinon. And that is an absolute woeful kick. Possibly the worst I've seen this year. It just came off wrong, and so they've got serious kicking issues at the moment of the Lions. So the brothers with the ball are back in their hands. Good take. Took it at the chest, and oh, that's a huge hit. You could probably hear the crowd rev up for that one. Oh boy, it was Terry. Jack Terry just hit by an absolute brick wall and sent back into his backside. And he won't like that, Terry. Be sure he'll be coming back for more. Another big boy going in hard there. Intriguing couple minutes here at Success Sporting Complex. Wherever you're watching, hope you're enjoying it. That was Victor Yong. Jean-Pierre Mostert. I love that name. And this has been kicked and found by the hands of the man, and he's taken down by 2 there in both Rabaro and Russ. The try scorer is Mikinon, who just had that horror of a kick before. And oh no. So this is going wrong. As I said last time these 2 teams met, it was the brothers by just 6 points. So it was a classic then, and it'll probably turn out to be another classic today. We're just 4 minutes into this second half, I should say, and we've already got roughly the same scores as that one. The Lions already surpassed their last score of 12 and Joondalup at just 6 off theirs. So we've just got a halting play at the moment. There's a player down. If you can't see him, he's just down at the moment. He doesn't seem to be getting up anytime soon. Just to the left there. So the referee and a medico has attended to him. Players' welfare always the priority here. He looks as though he might have just been winded heavily because he's just stretching out that middle section. Slight limp, but I think he's okay. He's going to get up and he's going to continue on. Couldn't quite grab his number there. I believe it was possibly Chikaki, maybe, but he's up now. He looks as though he'll continue on. So if you're sitting at home, it's a beautiful day. The wind has just picked up in this second half. Still a big gains come now. Division match. First, second, Palmyra taking on Kalamunda. Good scrum by both sides here, and more so, there was a collapse there. So a little bit sloppy, but we'll go again. Tell you what, some real performance for me early on in this one. I'd have to go with Phillips, number 10 for the brothers. He's been lively. Terry got hit hard, but it's mainly been Jipolotu of the Lions and Lasay of the Lions as well. But plenty to play out in this one. 33 minutes left of rugby, 40-minute halves. Oh, just hit by an absolute brick wall. That was named Sunboard Car. Don't mind that name either myself. And legged by the number 6 there in Chopolotu, and brushing his way through and just taking himself down there. So the brothers are really forcing themselves on this Lions defensive line so far. Once again, big hit, taken down, intercepted, and there's every chance here. Needs spot on the afterburn. He's taken down well there by my boy, Connor Allen, who's been seriously impressive with a try of his own. Taken down hard again. That was a little bit high, and I think he's just blown the whistle on that. A little bit reckless from Phillips. He plays it quickly, moves it on, goes back on the inside, and he's got pace, this man. I know he does. Says, I look back and just balls over one. The fullback, here he is. The fullback has got the ball in hands. It's micking on. Great play. Number 12 finds it. It's Sunborn Car. Whistle's blown here. Have a listen. Offside. They're not happy, the crowd. Once again, they go quickly, and oh, he's balled him over again. That big unit. Boy, wouldn't want to be the receiving end of that. So it's just a little bit of a scrappy affair. We had free-flowing rugby in the first 10 to 15 minutes of that first half, and this isn't bad rugby either, but is that big 25 who's come on. Oh, and they're through again here. I'm not sure who that is. It's the fullback, and they're through. They're in. They're home. Another try going the way of the Lions through the number 8 in Terry. Jacques Terry has extended the Lions lead, and wow. Great play. I believe it was Mikinon involved again in that. He's been seriously lively. He'd be up there as best on so far. But wow, Jack Terry, great play, son. And so Mikinon, who absolutely shanked it from this spot, probably further out before, will have another go. They haven't been able to convert at all so far. They've had 4 tries. And that's good. So they finally get one to go through. And it's 22-12, and all of a sudden the Joondalup brothers are in some trouble. So this is kick to the commentary side. Oh, look at that. Puts out a few hands. Another big hit. There is that man. Here's the try scorer, Jack Terry. He's got a little bit of confidence behind him now. And Dummies goes himself once again. Is that number 13? He loves that move. Just Truamola.
Let it go, Red. Let it go.
Told to let it go.
Backward,
Oh, no.
backward.
This has found its hand into the hands of the brothers here. Oh, now they're going in a little bit harder. They've lost that, though. Knock-ons. He's calling high again here. I'm not sure who that is having a chat, but he's saying, hey, he's got me around the neck. And he's coming off, in fact. He's going to be subbed off. So the number 2 in Carl Impey is coming off. There's a few subs, in fact. The number 1's coming off. Tane Yates. Carol Impey's off. There should be another one, I believe. Yep, the number 3 is coming off as well. Jean-Pierre Mostert. 1, 2, and 3 all coming off to a round of applause from the supporters. And we've got a few numbers coming on there. So I believe 18's one of them. Rickers Strauss. The number 16, I'm not sure if he's always been in there, but don't have a name for him either.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Just starts to turn there, but great scrum nevertheless from the Lions. Oh, looked as though he was going to dummy, but committed to the pass, did Lessay. And it's held in. So you can't do that, you've got to let it out. Up they go, and it looks as though the maul has been called straight into it. It's number 6 for the brothers in Rabaro. Not a bad maul. And it's been let out the back there, and that big 26 is taken down. He went down a little bit awkwardly there. But he looks okay, I believe. He's just at the bottom of the pack, and brushing off a couple there was that number 13 in Tsukaki. 1 or 2 Chikakis out there. They spread this wide. Dummies. Another fend off. He can't quite, and he can. The Joondalup brothers. It was the number 10, Phillips. And so it's 17-22 now. Kick to come, but Phillips with a conversion will see this lead decrease to just 3 points. But Wow. Great try by that man. Has a chance to finish off his own work here. So I've liked the look of this guy so far. Tan New Phillips. Not the most difficult shot we have, but that wind just coming across him from the left shoulder there. We'll need to aim this left post. And he did the exact opposite of that. Straight to the right and unable to convert, so not great conversion rates from both sides here. Southern Lions are just 1 from 5, which is a little bit disappointing, and the brothers are 1 from 3 here, so yeah, from both sides, a little bit disappointing. But it's turned it into a great match. It's evenly poised. It's just a 5-point lead to the Lions, who would be probably classified as the home side, as they are usually here at this ground in Success. It's a great ground at that. So a knock-on's been called because that man went up and wasn't able to bring it down cleanly.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
That man again, Lamasai, really looking to throw some audacious passes out there, and this man's been just absolutely shoving his weight around. Sunboard car. Really like the look of him today. Stick around after this one. This one's set to be an absolute classic of a finish. But I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this championship division clash next. It's Kalamunda taking on Palmyra. So make sure you stick around for that live stream. But for now, there's about 17 and change, possibly 23, sorry, 40-minute halves. 40-minute halves, so it's left here.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Great scrums today from both sides on certain occasions, and they'll reset and go again here.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
It's a better scrum now. Brothers with possession of that, and they did well enough. And it's starting to get wheeling because players know it's starting to get to the later stages of this clash. That's kicked high and upward, and it finds touch. So the fullback there of the Lions are not able to get back time in Mikonon. Referee Bradley Jackman, joined by assistant referees Jordan Kaminsky and Jared Green. And up they go and did well, yeah, did the Lions. Now they just need to collect it, and they do so that well as well. Here's that number 6 throwing his weight around, Joondalup. I'll probably pronounce that 7 different ways so far of the broadcast. Dummies, fakes, just look to Find a few meters there, wasn't able to. That man again, Joondalup below 2. Throws it back to this side, and that 22 finds it in his hands in Claes, who's come on and fends off one, fends off another, couldn't quite keep it in, but offloads while on his backside there, did really well. It was a clever play. So they might look to swing it more, but he goes himself, fends off one. Now they've got the smarter play, brought it back to the inside to that full back in Mikinon. He probably had a little bit more potential than just that. The pick and roll does them well. And the whistle's being blown. Oh, and they look to play it quickly here. It was smart. He's gained about 10 metres there off that. It was a sneaky play, but he did well. And they're still playing advantage. You heard it from the ref there. And looking on the outside is that try scorer. Came on halfway through that first half. It's going to come back, though. And that was Nabarusi, the number 20. He looks wild, that man. He looks like he's going to break out and score another one soon. Watch this space. So we're halfway through this second half. Not much has happened yet, not too much. And that's kicked out, so they'll take a line out. Just the fifth of this match has been absolutely great to watch after our first game. Delivered 5 in the first few minutes. This one's only delivered 5 in 60. So whistle's blown here. The player is down. Not quite seen on the camera there, but a player is down. I think it might just be cramp, but he has that knee heavily bandaged. He looks like in a little bit of pain, to be honest. I think it's the number 10, in fact. Phillips, who's been really good today. He looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. It doesn't look like it's just cramp. He's going to try and get up. It is the number 10 in Phillips. I think he's coming off. So that's a big, big loss because he was playing well. He was 1 from 3 conversions, which doesn't sound great, but he was also a try scorer for the brothers. And they need them out there at the moment. They need try scorers that have the potential, and he's coming off, and I don't think he'll return to play. I don't think he'll come back on. He's done for the day, I believe. So put a line through him. Great take by the Lions, and they're pushing through once again. I think he's through. He is. Wow, that's come out of nowhere. And it was Claes, I believe. They're out to a 10-point lead now as the brothers lose arguably their best player. They've just delivered a left jab and then a right hook with that great try there by, I believe it was Joseph Claes, who's just come on in the second half. So, wow, a bad couple minutes for the Joondalup brothers there. One of their best players going down and conceding a try, and now it starts to look difficult. But I've said that for the last 2 winners of the last 2 games in Wests, and as of the last game it was Netherlands. They looked out of it. They were 25 points down and then they came back and won. But you can't write off the brothers here, but the Lions with this home crowd, they're going to be hard to beat, I tell you what. So now they've switched up and gone with another converter here in Keeper. Ruben Keeper. And he can't deliver. So they've had 4 different tries at a converter. They've had Lamato, Delamere, who started off, Mikinon, who was actually able to convert one, and that was Keeper, Ruben Keeper, who's come on, and he wasn't able to convert. So they've switched up a fair bit. Watch for the man with ball in hand right now in Connor Allen to really roll this team up and get them over the line, but they're going to be difficult. Oh, intercepted there. Probably just didn't need to get rid of it. Did the try scorer in Claes.
Tackle.
So it's a 10-point lead. It'll take 2 tries in 15 minutes for the brothers, and so a scrum will form.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Great scrum, and the kick forward by the Lions, and this needs to be collected quickly by Allen, who's going to kick it straight back,
Wide.
and that's a wide kick and into the crowd, and it finds touch. So it was a wayward pass, and you can probably hear the crowd go up a fair bit. It's a home crowd. Line out forms. And the Lions do well. So they've got this sheer momentum behind them at the moment, and they look unstoppable. They look like they could be playing Division 1 rugby at the moment. Whistle's blown again, and this time it's good news for the brothers. They go quickly and take a good line out, gain some meterage there. So they pretty much need to score in the next 5 minutes, I'd say. Do the brothers. Remember, the Lions are a man down with that red card going to the way of Philip Smith. Up they go. The brothers, no more there, so they spread it wide. This is what they need. Connor Allen gets involved again. The number 12 ducks and weaves his way out of trouble. It was Patoy. Big hit, just balled over there. Was the number 7 in, I believe it might be Ryan King. We don't actually have a name. No, it's Tomoko. So this is promising. Few phases by the brothers. They're gaining meterage. They look like they're more willing now.
Stay there. Stay there.
And there's a player down there for the Lions. He's just a little bit hurt at the moment. Oh, look at that. He's broken through. I reckon he's just about through. The number 7. Ball's over another. He's just meters away now. Can he get there? Not quite. In fact, he is. He is. I thought he wasn't going to get there, but he proves me wrong. And it's the number 7 in Tomoko. Tamati Tomoko scores with still 12 minutes to play, so they're well and truly still in this now. This brings it back to a 5-point margin, conversion to come. So, wow, what a couple minutes that was. The Lions were just with sheer confidence and looked like they might run away with this, but to the Joondalup brothers' credit, they've fought back and pulled one out of nowhere, and that's sometimes just what you need, a try out of nowhere, and that's what they've done. So, now for the conversion. And the Joondalup brothers have had equally as much trouble as this has the Southern Lions. So they've decided to chuck in the 23 for this one, who we don't have a name for. Apologies for that. Yeah, no, we don't have a name for him, but he's got a white helmet. He's got long hair. That's a... Oh, gee whiz. And I said I saw the worst kick I've ever seen before from a Lions player. I think it was Liam Mickinon. But gee whiz, that was an absolute horror. It didn't leave the ground. It was a daisy cutter. And so it's a 5-point deficit to the way of the brothers. So they've got a bit of work to do. Still 10 minutes left in this. Plenty to play out. Stick around.
Step red.
Because as I said, this one is going to go down to the wire. They've got some big units out there for the last few minutes. And they'll need them. Oh, that was an audacious pass, and it was forward. I'm not sure what his thought process was going through with that one, but he kind of went around the back of another player, and it was always going to be a forward pass. It's against the law of physics for that one to go backwards. It was a strange one. So that's well and truly gone out and just over an elderly woman, so I'm glad that didn't hit her. So you can hear the crowd just building. It's just gotten a bit bigger as the day has gone on. 4 games of grand finals today. It's a big one in Rugby WA. They spread this to the outer side. This is promising. I give him every chance from here. No, the whistle's been blown, and just when I thought that man again, Nabarisi was through. Forward pass. From my point of view, I thought it might have been okay, but the referee's in prime position there. Big thanks to our sponsors, Fortescue, the new force in iron ore. Without them, it would not be possible for us to bring you this game today, so thank you to them.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
And so that scrum just turns slightly there, the 7th of the day. And Connor Allen fakes, goes himself. That's the second time he's lost his footing. It's probably a little bit too quick for himself, to be honest. The 23, we do not have a name for. The 17 just shrugs off one, says, I'm coming through here, excuse me. Does Cleghorn, who's just come on, I believe. The 23 there again, playing in that scrum half position. And through again. So here's another chance for the brothers in number 18. That's promising. He's being brought down again. So, wow. That was promising. I'm liking what I've seen from Ricker Strauss. An older gentleman, but nevertheless, he's a quick one, in fact. And that 17 has also been impressive. As Cleghorn, who's just seemed to come on in the last 10 minutes. And the whistle's been blown.
Bind. Roll.
And the 12 ducking and weaving his way through. I think he's down. Time off has been called.
Time off.
He's called time off.
Time off. Time off.
He's said it about 7 times now. He's just having a chat now with the other referee. And it is a try. So the brothers have squared it up with a conversion to come. 6 and change to play. So once again, this team has brought it back and leveled it up. I didn't think it was possible, but they've found some heart. And the Lions have just switched off in the last 10 minutes. And they've looked very, very slow. And so now they're going to switch it up again. And this is Samuel Commons that will take the conversion. Not a difficult one, in fact. They've lost Phillips, who was their kicker before. So they've brought on Samuel Commons. This to take the lead with 5 to play. And it's good. So the brothers have taken the lead and the Lions are now on the back foot. Would you believe it? with 5 and a bit to go. This is set for an absolute cracker of a finish. I hope you're enjoying it wherever you are on the World Wide Web. Oh, and they're all jumped in there and it's found the way.
Red first. Still not on 10. Scrum.
So this South Lions home crowd just getting a little bit restless. They thought they were going to be running away with a second division reserve grade trophy, but now it's not looking so possible. These brothers have come out in the second half of this second half and dished up a great performance.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Can't kick it back into the scrum. Can't kick it back into the scrum.
That's great news for the Lions. And you can hear this crowd just building. It is quite big.
Roll out wide.
So the Lions have ball in hand with 4 minutes to play. A lot at stake here. Look for this man, Lassay, to get involved a little bit more than he already has. Tulopo. They'll look to spread it wide. The kick goes up. That's audacious. It's swung back, and this needs to be taken cleanly. It's not. In the hands of the brothers. They've run off, and it's going to be brought back. And that's a bit of a momentum killer. But if they're going to get this done, the Lions, I think it's got to get in the hands of that man who's already scored a try, Nabarusi. Jonah Nabarusi needs to get involved in these last 3 minutes.
Crouch.
Referee's told him 3 to go.
Bind.
The Lions.
Sit.
And so it comes to this commentary side, taken down. So
Hands away.
I'll tell you what, it's heating up. Big hit again. Chupalutu involved as well as Lassay. They seem to be using a great combination, those two in the 23, and there's a player down. They're a man down, and now they're out on the outer side. It's 24 who's just come on late. We don't have a name for him. He's taken down. Lovely play there. I saw that man on the sidelines. He's come on. We don't have a name for him. They've spread it out to the outer side now. Going straight through the middle there was the number 23 for the Lions in keeper. And once again, they're pushing as hard as they can. They realise it's all at stake. This is the last 2 minutes of their season right now. They need to do something with it. Dummies, he just looks to fend off. Not long left in this. The Lions could even take a kick here and go for points. I think they've got to soon. The 4 dummies goes back inside himself. It's David Smith, the skipper. He's been a little bit quiet. It's unlike him. Back. I think they may have won it back. All the Lions do have possession. And it's a scrum going the way of the Lions.
Red on the ground. Unplayable going forward.
We're ticking the last 90 seconds here.
1 minute to go.
We just all breathe in a big breath because these last 60 seconds are going to be humongous. It's all at stake. Division 2 reserve grade rugby. These teams both 9 and 9, 8th versus 7th.
We still got to play the scrum.
The brothers were able to get on top last time by just 6 points, and this one's going to be even closer. 1 minute left. The water carriers come out. Just a little bit of water. Just a rinse. They say, hey boys, this is our season now. Everything at stake right here, right now. It's been a nice high-scoring affair. I hope you've enjoyed it wherever you are. Big thanks to our sponsors, Fortescue, the new force in the iron ore. We would not be able to provide you with this absolute classic if it wasn't for them. So thank you. So here we go.
Red ball. Mark here, boys.
Watch
Mark here.
for Nabarosi. Watch for Henriques. Watch for Mikinon. This is big. The 40 is passed.
Sorry, boys. It's taking a while.
So you can take another breath. Just some slight hold up.
I'm playing the scrum.
They're playing the scrum.
Alright, let's go, boys. Let's go.
So here we go.
Straighter than last time, yeah? I know. You're right. A little bit straighter. Crouch. Bind. Sit. Just gone 90. Everyone stayed down. Reset.
And so I've got Brothers supporters to the right of me and Lions supporters to the left. There are some mixed emotions in the air because we'll go again at this scrum.
Crouch.
Here we go again.
Bind. Sit.
They've done it again. And you'll probably hear to the right of me, this crowd goes up because that was a great scrum by the Brothers. They just collapsed over the top of them. The Lions just weren't able to do it there. And there's not long left in this one, and there's a player down. I'm not sure if he's okay or not. He just seems really sore there, the number 7. You saw his number. And they've won. So the Brothers have won the Division 2 Reserve Grade Trophy in what was an absolutely outstanding match. I thought the Lions may have gotten over the top, but they weren't able to in the end. The fight back of the Brothers, the pure, sheer relentlessness from them just saw them get over the top, and this Lions home crowd are not satisfied with that one. But wow, 29 to 27. You can hear it through the mic. It's a 2-point lead to the Joondalup Brothers. We were 2 minutes over time and a great scrum in the end. Wow. It was absolutely fantastic, and you can just see the Lions players out on their feet. They can't believe they've lost this one. But stick around for the next match. It's the Champ Division. It's Kalamunda taking on Palmyra. It's first versus second, but we'll go to the presentations of this one.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll get the formalities underway. First off, just want to congratulate both teams for the FMG Reserve Grade Division 2 Grand Final. Can we please put our hands together for Joondalup and Southern Lions for putting on a great show. I'd like to call up Captain of Southern Lions, David Smith, runner-up for today, just to give a few words. Please welcome him up.
First of all, congratulations to Joondalup. That was a hell of a game, guys. Thought we were right in it right at the end, and then you guys just rode over us in the last bit. But hell of a game. To my squad, we've been together all year. It's been a really rough roller coaster of a year, but we got here, and I'm really proud of everyone. Thanks very much. To Rugby WA, it's a great day. Thanks very much.
To the match officials, Brad Jackman, Jordan Kaminsky and Jared Green, thanks for running out in the middle. Brad Jackman, can you please come out and get your medal? Please put your hands together for Brad. I'd like to call up to the mic, captain of the winning team, Joondalup, Ryan King.
I just want to thank everyone involved, and Southern Lions especially. You guys showed good heart, especially since you got the red card. There we go. And to the brothers, I just want to thank you for fucking playing your hearts out. Sorry, F-bomb. Yeah, that's about it. Man, a few words.
And he's going to get the Premiership trophy given to him by Francis Williams. Please put your hands together for Joondalup 2019 FMG Reserve Grade Division 2 Premiers. Joondalup, please come grab your medals.